You know what? I'm starting to believe it now. Y'all remember his ex was saying that he didn't like white or black women. This episode just showed me that maybe he really don't like white women because I was a little confused. I was like, I can tell he don't like black women, but like I still felt like he liked white women. But no, the way he dragged Kenzie this episode, I said, oh, I don't think he like white women for real. Hey y'all, it's your girl Pretty Lynn. This is Pretty Lynn Sovereignty. Ciao. So today on What's the Reality TV, we are going to get into Love Island Season 8, Episode 20. This episode it was like a roller coaster of emotions, but like I still kind of feel a little underwhelmed with it, if that makes sense. But let's not waste any time and get straight into it. But y'all know, before we get into the content, let's do a roll call. If you're new here, hey, nice to meet you. I'm Pretty Lynn. But if you stick around long enough and you like what you see, you like what you hear, go ahead and hit that like button, hit that subscribe, and ring that bell. That way you'll be aware of every post that I do make. And then eventually you'll turn into True Crew. So True Crew are people that like every video. They are already subscribed. The post notifications are already on. You know, they like to leave a comment, you know, because they're true here. They're not new here, so they know what to do. You know what I mean? But anywho, let's get into this recap slash review. So the episode starts off with Kata and Che being in soul ties, you know, and connecting after the challenge that they just did. You know, they were pretty much saying like how much fun that challenge was and stuff like that. Kata, she still kind of seems a little closed off to Che, even though I do still like he's still trying to like, you know, apply pressure and pursue her. She's just trying to be respectful of her match with Zach. I did like the part of their conversation where they were talking about weddings and stuff, and Kata was pretty much telling him like, "Hey, like my dream wedding is to not have a wedding. Like I would rather just elope, do something pretty cool, and just have one witness there." Where, girl, I completely understand. Like me, I'm currently engaged, and people are asking me, "When are you getting married? When are you getting married? When are you getting married?" And I'm just like, "Look, y'all saying that like y'all gonna be there. We're not having like not everybody cares to have a big and extravagant like wedding, and that's just not it's not my vibe either." And then, you know, they were showing Zach and Alana having a conversation. I'm like, honestly, I'm not even gonna pay too much attention to their conversation because I know she's leaving. I know she's leaving, so why would I waste my time trying to figure out if they have a connection if when I know that their connection is gonna mean nothing? Because she's gonna be leaving for being a bigot and a racist. But one thing that I did notice was that they did kiss, which is different because Kata's like, I don't want to kiss outside of challenges. I don't want to be disrespectful. When he had no issue with kissing Alana outside of a challenge. Like, you weren't thinking about Kata then. But we're going to get more into that later. And then Jen, she has a conversation with the hillbilly. Honestly, I don't really care. Jen, she doesn't intrigue me. I'm not interested like with anything she has to say. I don't feel like she brings anything to the show. Honestly, I think she's just there to have a good time. But her and the hillbilly have a conversation, and she pretty much asks him like, "Hey, did you want to explore anybody else?" And he pretty much told her, "Yeah, like I'm gonna explore Kenzie." She did not like that, and her poker face was horrible. And he was just asking, like, "Are you okay with that? Does that make you feel some type of way?" And she was just like, "No, it doesn't. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm fine." Liar. Because as soon as he went off to go pull Kenzie for a chat, she went to go sit with the girlies. I think it was like Trinity and I forgot who else. And she was pretty much saying like how she had a horrible chat with him and how she feels some type of way and she's annoyed at the fact that he wants to pursue and have a conversation with Kenzie as well. I'm just like, why didn't you tell him that? And I was like, you know what? That's why I really rock with Trinity the way I do because she literally, when Bryce was telling her that he wanted to go explore Kata, and he asked her like, "How are you feeling about that?" And she was just like, I'm not with it. Straight up, like, be real. It's okay to be real and be honest. Don't be saying you're fine with everything. And then when they walk off, you want to go talk ish into somebody else's ear. And then now you're acting distant. You don't want to cuddle. You don't want to kiss. When in their head, in their mind, you're fine and you're okay, but your actions are showing otherwise. Like that just shows like immaturity to me. And then Casey, is on his F boy journey, and he pretty much pulled Sydney to the side and told her like, "Hey, like I do plan on sleeping with Titi tonight." And Sydney was like, "Okay, as you should." Like I was like, did he think that that was going to like bother her and she was gonna go off on him or something? Like Casey, like I promise you, big dog. Excuse me. I promise you, little pup. You ain't got it like that. So relax, relax. She's yours. TT is all yours. She's the only one that's going to be fighting for you. Maybe Anaya. I don't know. We'll see how things go when Casa ends. We'll see, child. I don't know, but you got it, big dog. I mean, little whatever you are, you got it. And then Trinity, she grabs her comforter, she grabs her pillow, and she's like, "Look, I'm sleeping in soul ties tonight. I don't want to sleep next to Ronnie. Granted, I don't blame her because I wouldn't want to sleep next to Ronnie either. Do y'all not notice that gold tooth in his mouth? And I'm just like, I'm really concerned. Like, we need to do some investigating on that. Where are his dental records? Did you lose a tooth and you had to get a composite? Like, what happened? Because I'm just like, I remember Coco from the last season. She had like the same issue with one of her teeth on the side where it was yellow just like that. And I guess the cameras picked it up and it just looks horrible. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, is he like missing a tooth for real and he just got that composite done or something? I don't know. But I wouldn't want to see next to that either because it looked like it stank. And I just hated seeing him and Jen have conversations because I was just distracted. Like I could not focus on what they were saying because I was looking at his gold tooth and I was looking at that mole on her face. And I'm just like, couldn't pay attention to anything they said. And then at nighttime, they show everybody, the dudes in Casa, except for Bryce and what's his name, Zach, of course. They all making out with their couples in Casa, and in the villa, the only person making out is Kinsey. I'm like, Kinsey, you might as well be one of the guys at this point, because the same things they doing, you doing it too. Like you should have went to Casa too at this point. And then in the morning, the sweetest thing ever is when the girlies, Kata, Melanie, and Anaya, they went to go wake Trinity up with some like TLC, you know what I'm saying, with some X's and O's. And I was like, oh, I love the core fours relationship so much. Like, I just love girlhood, sisterhood. Like, I just love women. You know what I'm saying? Like, women are just my favorite kind of people. Like, I was just like, I love that moment so much. And then, like, every time Sincere and Amora were having conversations, I'm just like, I don't believe y'all. I don't believe you, Amora, and I don't believe you, Sincere. And I'm just like, y'all got some interesting names because Amora is pretty much like love, and then Sincere is supposed to be like honesty. And like, I feel like y'all are just playing each other. And I think it's just like a game, it's like role play. But when, Casa ends, I 100% believe that Sincere is going back home to Melanie. That's literally what I believe, honestly. I don't think he really feels anything for Amora. And I honestly don't think she feels anything for him. But it's like they have a great way of pretending and enjoying each other's company while they can. So I'm just like, I don't know. And then Corbin and Casey, they are the true villains of this season. Both of them. Both of them. BOFFUM. They are the true villains of this season. And I'm just like, what on earth? Like, y'all really hate them girls at the villa so much. Corbin talking about some, yeah, so, um, I see the girls in the villa as like high school and the girls over here as like college. They, blow the girls in the villa out of the water. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not worried. I ain't think about Kenzie not once while I've been in here. Yada, 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 yada. I'm just like, really? So you said America can't break this up, but I guess Casa can. Because what? And then, of course, we see a conversation between Zach and Sincere, and they're pretty much reflecting about back at home. And, Zach talks about how much he misses Kata. And he says, like, at this point, like, he feels like if things were to end, he's going back home to Kata. I'm like, you've always were going to go back home to Kata at the end of the day. And I feel like Sincere, you are too. And Sincere, you back with that 50-50 stuff. You know it's not 50-50. So why are you lying? You know it's not 50-50. So why do you keep saying that? Like you were doing the same thing with Soul and you were telling her one thing and telling Melanie a whole nother thing. But when it comes to the guys, you always keep saying this 50-50 stuff. What is it? It's not 50-50. What, pick a side. And then it goes back to the villa and Kenzie, Anaya, and Kata are sitting down. They're having a conversation. They're watching the guys in the villa, work out or whatever, and they're complimenting each guy or whatever that each of them are talking to or whatever. And Kenzie was just like, "Look, girls, like y'all gotta lock in because I guarantee you the guys over there, they're not caring about us. Like we need to make sure that we are exploring everybody. We can't just be moping around over here. We need to be exploring as well." And giving this, all that we got. And I was just like, wow, not Kenzie making sense. I did not have this in my bingo cards. Then it randomly gets announced that Alana has left the villa or Casa. Boo, who cares? Bye, about time. And then Bermuda Triangle and Corbin were having a conversation. And she was pretty much telling him, like, things are going too good. She's going to have to start some ish. What do you mean? What do you mean you got to start some ish? I'm just like, you see, I honestly personally feel like the OG guys from the villa are immature. The OG girls from the villa are mature. The bombshell Casa guys in the villa are mature. And then the OG villa guys that are in Casa right now are immature. And it shows in every way. And I honestly feel like they've met their matches, like literally. And it shows every chance that they get. Cause I'm just like, Corbin, he thought it was cute that Bermuda Triangle was saying that. I'm just like, that's not cute. Like, grow up. So when things are going good, you feel like you need to start some drama, some mess, because you need it to be like toxic or something. That's like that young people stuff. I don't, I did not like that at all. And I'm like, I don't care for her. But what was crazy to me is that in the same conversation, Corbin was dragging Kenzie again. He's been dragging that girl ever since he went to Casa. I'm like, did you not like her for real? So you was just DJing that and it didn't mean anything to you? You just giving her French fries at the bottom of the bag, the McDonald's bag, and you didn't really like her like that? I'm scared of people like you. Stay far away from me. I am afraid. Okay. Granted, I know I wouldn't even be your type anyway because I'm too dark, but good, just good. I'm glad people that look like me aren't your type, so that we don't get hurt, abused by people like you. Just stay far away. But yeah, he was pretty much saying that she gave him the ick and how there's a lot of things that she did that were just immature. I'm like, wow, crazy how things change when you're no longer around the person or you're not reliant on them to keep you in the villa. Like that's just crazy. And then of course Kenzie, Miss Rasta, she is excited that she has two connections to explore again. So her roster went from 2 to 0 back to 2. And she is happier than ever. And, she was just pretty much saying that she's enjoying her connection with Dylan, but she's also intrigued by the hillbilly. Sorry, man. I just don't know your name, but you look like a hillbilly to me, so we just gonna call you hillbilly. Okay, take it with pride. Okay, take it with pride. And I'm just like, here go Kenzie, Miss Rasta, like she back at it again. Now she living her best life. She gotta have two people at all times. She just needs it, okay? And then Caleb and Jaden have a conversation. I'm just like vanilla, vanilla, vanilla. It's just such a vanilla, boring couple. Honestly, Caleb, you're a sweetheart, but honestly, I don't think this show is for you. Maybe Love is Blind is what you need to experiment if things don't work out between you and Jaden, in a few years, because you're only like 21. So maybe in like a few years, once you're actually, ready to move on, well, y'all, people like him, they do settle down pretty quick and young. So it might work now, but I don't know if Love Island is for you. And that's coming from a good and nice place. And then Sincere and Amora, they just keep talking and chatting it up, just keep lying to each other. And then Sincere, he knows sign language. Um, do you know anything outside of the alphabet, sir? And then Big Sean, I think his name was Corey, but he looked like a knockoff version of Big Sean. Him and Melanie, I feel like physically they look good together, but I just don't trust him at all. It's just something about him that just makes my intuition like alarm just go off. And I just feel like something is just not right and genuine with him. And I feel like he's gonna try to do anything to get up in the house. But I just don't know if Melanie's buying it all the way. Then dun dun dun. The villa and Casa both get a mailbox. And inside the mailbox is a letter from Casa and a letter from the villa. So Kenzie's the one that finds the mailbox in the villa, and she opens it up and is like, ah, and she brings it over to the ladies, and they all come and look. Inside the letter are pictures of the guys in Casa pretty much kissing or making out, whatever, them and their connections. Sincere, it had him freaking dang near biting Amora's lip off. Um, Bryce, his was kind of innocent. It was a challenge, but he had Sydney's toe in his mouth. Um, and then what else? Corbin, it was him and Bermuda Triangle kissing. It was Zach and the bigot kissing as well outside of a challenge. Of course, Caleb and his vanilla partner, but nobody cares about that. Um, and then who else? I think those are the main ones. Am I missing somebody? I don't think I am. Oh, Casey and TT kissing by the poolside. And all the girls reacting to it. Kata instantly fell back into tears. And oh my gosh, my heart really broke for her. Like, granted, I'm team stand up, chest out, up, head high, and keep it going like the boss bee that you are. But honestly, like, I just felt so bad for her because I know how, respectful she was moving for Zach. And I can tell like she was more angry than sad because it's about the principle. It's not even about you just kissing. It's about the principle. Like, she went out of her way to make sure she wasn't being disrespectful to him and to her. The way it came off, because the outfits were kind of similar to the first day outfits. I don't know if that was the first day or not. I don't know, but like that just seems like you didn't even care about y'all's connection. You know what I'm saying? So I really felt for her. She was really effed up about it bad. Honestly, she was just still down bad for the remainder of the episode. And then Melanie, of course, she came in a little later and she was feeling some type of way about Sincere kissing the girl. And it was just like, oh my gosh, I hope you're not putting me through this again. And then Anaya, she felt some type of way about Casey and that girl, but she just kept talking about like, why with her? Why with her? Why with the girl that got the Fulani braids? Why with her? Why with her? And I'm just like, why not why period? Why are you saying why with her? Like, what's the reason behind that? Is it because that girl specifically intimidates you? If it was somebody that you didn't feel like intimidated you, would you be okay with it? Like, I was kind of like trying to pay attention to like the choice of words that she decided to use. And I'm just like, what do you mean why her, or why the girl with the Fulani? Why her? Why her? I was just confused. Then when the guys at Casa finally noticed the mailbox, um, who opened it? Was it Corbin or Sincere? I don't remember. But they opened it and they saw the pictures as well too, and instantly Zach felt bad because clearly Kata was kissing that guy during the challenge. And he was like, "Oh, I feel horrible, I clearly that was a challenge, and if we got these pictures, I just know she has pictures of me and Alana, and she probably thinks that I'm, exploring her when I'm not, and she didn't kiss outside the challenge. Now I feel horrible." Okay, so you feel horrible now that you realize that she only kissed her in the challenge. So what if she, like if she didn't do that, you weren't gonna feel horrible. When you were doing it, you didn't feel horrible. It's because now you know that she has left the villa, so you know that you're at risk of being single and vulnerable, which means you're at risk of going home. So that's why you're really in your head now. I'm on to you, Zach. I've been on to you since the beginning. Honestly, Melanie's picture was innocent. Sincere, you're trying to find something wrong with it. Like, what was wrong with her picture? Like, literally, like, she was just looking at him, like, compliment her. And it was with Ronnie. She's not even interested in Ronnie like that. It's Corey that she's exploring, but you're mad over her just staring at him because he was complimenting her. Like, it's just the double standards. I ain't gonna lie, Bryce, what you got was bad because the photo booth picture that looked a little intimate, and I kind of feel bad for him for that. Corbin, he was just like, "Oh, okay, I'm glad she found somebody. That way, I don't feel bad for how I'm moving. Good for her. She moved on and found somebody like I knew she would." Corbin does not like this girl at all. You know what? I'm starting to believe it now. Y'all remember his ex was saying that he didn't like white or black women. This episode just showed me that maybe he really don't like white women because I was a little confused. I was like, I can tell he don't like black women, but like I still feel like he liked white women. But no, the way he dragged Kenzie this episode, I said, oh, I don't think he like white women for real. I really don't because wow, wow, this is how you really feel. And my girl Kata, she was just so beat down. I'm like, yeah, they shouldn't have hunched. Cause it's like it's different now. Like I just feel for her so much. Like I wanted to cry with her, cause she is just such a beauty and a strong woman, and you can tell she's been through so much. And just to see her break down like that, like it hurt me. And I was just like, dang, now I want to fight Zach. I want to beat him up so bad. Like no. But you know what I loved? I loved when Trinity was like, okay, they did that. Okay, y'all sad. What y'all gonna do now then? What's the game plan now? Like, yeah, they did that. We can't take that back. We can't control them. But what y'all gonna do about it? I was like, period. Now that's how the head in charge handles situation. That's what you do. Okay, they did that. So what you gonna do now? I was like, period. That's why I love Trinity Down. She is my favorite Islander to ever hit that villa. I'm sorry. I love her down. Okay. There's a lot of Islanders where like I didn't care for them sometimes throughout the villa, but like post villa, I really, grew a love for them. But like her, I'm loving her down and I'm riding with her till the wheels fall off. Okay. And then Naya's like, so if y'all were in my shoes, what would y'all do? And they're like, bring back somebody else. Like they all was clocking and checking her. And I'm just like, Anaya, but are you obtaining this information? Are you just asking just to ask for fun? You need to be locking in. Casey does not want you. Why are you still down bad about Casey? Why? And then afterwards, later on, Melanie talks to Kada and Anaya, and she's like, okay, let's be honest. We were the main ones, who felt some type of way once we got that letter, right? She was like, we can't keep moping around. We have to explore as well. Just like they're not holding back over there, we shouldn't be holding back as well. We shouldn't be getting in our own ways of us exploring and building other connections with other people. Like, we need to be kissing more. We need to be cuddling more. We need to be hugging more. We need to stop being so standoffish with these men because the men in Casa, they're not thinking about us. So we don't need to be thinking about them. Like, and, we're looking desperate and just sad and pitiful. Like we need to boss up and be on our stuff too. And I said, hold on, let me find out. Melanie and Kenzie was clocking in this episode. They must have offered them like a bonus if they clocked in this episode because the way they was working, I said, okay, this is what I've been wanting to see. Quit with that bird brain energy. Like, quit. I literally hate that bird brain stuff. Like, so bad. I really do. So, thank y'all for locking in and clocking in and showing up to work. Yes, this is what I need to see. And then, Melanie was just like, look, Che over there, Kata, that's a big dog. Zach, he's a little puppy. He's a chihuahua. That's a big pit right there. That's a pit bull right there. That's what you need to get on. That's more your speed. And she's like, Anaya, Carl, I love him for you. Like he just seems so sweet. Like, yes, like y'all need to be hopping up on that. They were telling her about Corey too, and they were like, you know what? Um, we're gonna start cuddling more and working on that connection as well. I said, finally, please clock in, ladies. Please. I know these men show they ass, but there's a reason why we got titties. So I'm gonna need y'all to show them titties too. Okay? So Kata and Che talk again and what's it called? Say less, okay? And Kata, you can tell she just still feeling some type of way, but Che was just trying to be there for her as much as he could. And he was pretty much asking her how she's feeling, and she was like, of course she's not feeling the best or whatever, but she's gonna try to, put all that she can in this connection. But I just know Kata, she's still effed up bad about it. Like she's just still effed up bad about it. But they continue to have their conversation. And then we see Bryce having a conversation with Cynthia, I think. And he was pretty much saying, like, yeah, like, I kind of felt bad about, her being, in the photo booth taking pictures with him and stuff like that. But for some reason, I just have hope. Like, I was thinking back about like all the challenges we did together, all the pictures we took together, and like a little part of me just still has hope there. And I'm just like, Bryce, please stop. You're making me buy into y'all's relationship. And honestly, I did not want to buy it. Because the thing about it, right? Brinity has been a journey for me, okay? When they first got together, I said, I don't really see it. Then one magical day, I started running into like their edits on TikTok. And I was like, oh, like I might be buying into it a little bit. I'm like, okay, this is chivalry. Like I love chivalry. I love romance. I love yearning. Like I love that so much. And I was just like, oh my gosh, this is I love this down. The same day that I became a fan of Brinity is when Bryce tried to go pull Kata for a chat and ruin it. And that literally pissed me off so bad. I said, F this guy. Like, I'm still Team Trinity, but like Bryce pissed me off so bad because I'm like, why are you playing in our good sis face? Like, why are you doing that to her? Why are you ruining it? Ruining it. Oh, can't talk. And so I was just like, F that. And then when him and, Zach were doing that weird stuff, like the little snake, that's half my bone, that's a sim. Like, I did not like that either. Like, I feel like you're still playing in her face. And I'm just like, do you want Zach? Like, what's going on? Are you bi? Like, are you DL? Like, what's going on with that? And I'm just not down for my girl being embarrassed at all. But I don't know. I don't know. Either he's a great actor or he really is capable of falling in love for Trinity as well. And honestly, right now they are my favorite couple because the way they both were down bad in Casa for each other, I was just like, wow, yeah, they're winning. There's no questioning about it. They're winning, period. So, and then Anaya and Carl are having a conversation. The conversation, he pretty much asked her how she was feeling. And she was just like, hearing about it is one thing, but actually seeing it is like another thing. He was trying to comfort her and everything like that. And I don't know. It's like I see the potential there, but it's like I don't know if Anaya is gonna give the potential a chance. I don't know if she's gonna use the potential and like allow it to flourish and grow into this large garden that has all these beautiful flowers and butterflies and birds. Maybe not birds. We don't need that bird energy. Scratch out the birds. Scratch out the birds. But I just don't know if she's willing to really give their connection a shot. Like she keeps saying, like, he's such a nice guy, but do you like nice guys? Because some people don't like nice guys. Me, I like nice guys. My man's nice guy, okay, period. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. And they kissed, and that kiss looked a little awkward and stuff like that. But I do like Carl. I think he's a sweet guy. But Anaya, if you're not willing to really give him a chance, just leave him alone. Because good guys like that, they need to stay good like that for life. I don't need you creating like a whole villain arc story for them. Like, I don't need you to be their 13th reason why. Like, if you're not feeling him and you prefer people that are gonna dog you out and make you insecure and make you have anxiety, make you feel crazy, then stick with KC and just get dumped from the island at this point. Because I don't know, sister. Like, we're trying, we're trying. I've had so much patience with you, but I just need you to lock in. Please, just lock in for yourself. And then the episode ends with Melanie and fake Big Sean having a conversation. And, they're getting to know each other. And honestly, I just don't think Melanie believes the words that are coming out of this man's mouth. And he pretty much asked her, like, how she's feeling about everything. And he's just like, so when do you get to the point where it's enough? Like, enough is enough for you, like with relationships and stuff like that. She's like, I'm getting to that point. And I don't think he was rocking with that answer. And I can tell that he had to mask what his reaction was and just had to like bang there, change the subject and stuff like that. And I'm just like, I don't know. I'm not feeling him. I feel like he's trying to do whatever he can to stay in the house. And I feel like Melanie's picking up on it. I don't think even though she has questionable behavior sometimes, I don't think she's dumb all the way. I feel like her intuition is very smart. Um, so yeah, I don't think she is going to fall too much for what he's saying. At the end of the day, I think she's still going to be choosing Sincere, and Sincere is still going to choose her. I feel like they made a pact to always come back home to each other. And I will die on that hill until I'm proven wrong. Okay. But that's the end of this episode. Um, Again, this episode was like a roller coaster of different, like, emotions and stuff like that. Justice for my girl Kata, okay? Period. Alana, I'm glad you're gone. Stay gone, okay? But yeah, if y'all like this review, if y'all are still here at this point of the video, I do appreciate y'all. If you like what you saw, go ahead and like, subscribe, and ring that bell if you're new here. If you're true here, I already know you did all of that by the time the video uploaded and posted and stuff like that. And you got the alert on your phone that the video posted. I know you went ahead and liked that. And you know what? That's why I rock with y'all. Okay, I rock with y'all for real. But again, thank y'all for tuning into this episode. I look forward to what's gonna happen tomorrow. It looks like, tomorrow a recoupling is gonna take place. What are y'all predictions? I'm gonna go ahead and drop my predictions real quick. I think Bryce and Trinity are gonna recouple up again. I think Sincere and Melanie are gonna couple up again. I think Zach and Kate are going to couple up again. I think Caleb is going to bring Jaden. I think Kenzie is going to couple up with freak. I forgot the dude. The dark haired dude. I forgot his name, but I think she's gonna couple up with him. I think Jen is going to couple up with the hillbilly, and I think Corbin is going to couple up with Bermuda Triangle. And I'm not missing anybody, right? Yeah, those are my predictions. So we shall see what happens, y'all. Again, thank y'all for watching. I'll see y'all in the next video. Bye.